All right, we're here with just an idea, an opinion, just an opinion video here. We got up first, we have the article, Louisville pub owner squashes rumors that triple homicide suspect had Breonna Taylor t-shirt. He most likely didn't. He had one that was, it has half-face Muhammad Ali and Colin Kaepernick with freedom on it. Which, I mean, some people could say it is a political message. But he's saying we don't know if it was a political motivation or not. Bungalow Joe owners Joe Bishop says. The guy was caught 30 minutes later, in a ditch, right across the street. So I'm pretty sure this guy was just unwell, and he probably just wanted to cause some mayhem. I mean, it's no wonder, because when you have people like CNN's Don Lemon, and a lot of the stuff that we covered yesterday, or a couple of days ago, I believe it was 2 days ago, now that, a bunch of people were saying, you just got to blow up the entire system, you just got to burn it all down, and, it's calls like this from some of the top people, some of the, the people that, that they're most likely being watched by the people causing these incidents. They're telling them to burn it all down, and what happens is people are going to start burning it all down. They're going to start creating conflict when there shouldn't be conflict. We've also then got some protests against police brutality take a more confrontational approach. The protests are moving into white residential neighborhoods where activists demand that people choose a side. It's from New York Times. Portland, Oregon, Terrence Moses was watching protesters against police brutality march down his quiet residential street one recent evening when some in the group of a few hundred suddenly stopped and started yelling. Mr. Moses was initially not sure what the protesters were upset about, but as he got closer, he saw it. His neighbors had an American flag on display. I mean, is that just cause to have protesters now at your house just to have an American flag displayed? Okay. That's not right. It says it went from a peaceful march calling out the names to all of a sudden, bang. How dare you fly the American flag, said Mr. Moses, who is black and runs a nonprofit group in the Portland area, Oregon area. They said, take it down. They wouldn't leave. They said they're going to come back and burn the house down. So threats of violence from, more Black Lives Matter protesters just going through residential neighborhoods, finding anybody. Anyone with an American flag now is, I guess, racist, is against them. Nearly 4 months after the killing of George Floyd by the Minneapolis police, some protesters against police brutality are taking a more confrontational and personal approach. The marches in Portland are increasingly moving to residential and largely white neighborhoods, where demonstrators with bullhorns shout for people to come out of your house and into the street and demonstrate their support. And then if you don't, they'll say they'll come back and they'll burn it down. That is a terroristic threat. That is domestic terrorism right there. They will go after anybody. They don't care. They don't care if you're black, if you're white, you're Asian, who cares? It doesn't matter to them. They'll come after anybody. They want as long as you support them. And even if you support them, if you don't do it fast enough, they'll still burn your stuff down. That is how bad it is getting. And it's only going to get worse, because they're just going to keep coming to people's neighborhoods, and they're going to keep doing terroristic threats, domestic terroristic, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to just keep doing domestic terroristic threats, because they don't have anything positive to do. It's all anti. It's all negative. They just want everything to go and burn. That's why everybody would said, if Trump nominates a Supreme Court justice, just burn everything to the ground, because that is their tactic, is just destroy it all. And that's all they want. Don Lemon even suggested it, Don Lemon, one of the most prominent ones on the left, telling them to blow up the entire system. What's going to happen next, Don? Are you going to take responsibility for it? Because I highly doubt it. I mean, we also have it here. The Trump-supporting bar owner who defended his property from BLM rider has taken his own life. Remember that story from yesterday? I got pretty heated on that one. That was also the opinion video from yesterday. This man acted in self-defense, and morality police got the better of him. And now he's taken his own life. Where's his justice? Doesn't matter because they don't care. They're after people for just being white, for just being an American. They want to make it into a fascistic state, or devastate everything and become a lawless zone. They don't care. The people that will take power afterwards, they won't care either about the people that instigated this. They'll take them all out. Useful idiots. That's what they're called. Be warned, you useful idiots. Because you are causing the destruction of not only the American country, but yourselves. We've also got... we're just going to keep reading on here from the New York Times one. These more aggressive protests target ordinary people going about their lives, especially those who decline to demonstrate allegiance to the cause. That includes a diner in Washington who refused to raise her fist to show support for Black Lives Matter, or in several cities, confused drivers who happened upon the protests. Like the guy who ended up trying to support him wasn't fast enough and his truck got smashed up. But the tactics are dividing supporters of Black Lives Matter, with some worried that the confrontational approach will antagonize people who would otherwise be receptive to the message, or play into conservatives' critique of the protests, which have been largely nonviolent nationally. Yeah, okay, well, no, I'd say it's about 50-50, because you're peaceful in the day, mostly, but even now you're not really, and then at night you're just completely lawless and violent. So at this point, no, you are mostly violent, I would have to say. You had over 100 nights of rioting. Just because you can call it peaceful protest doesn't mean it isn't that. Isn't rioting, because it was. You broke everything. You vandalized small businesses, destroyed black small businesses. You destroyed your own neighborhoods to try to get your own way. Others frustrated... Let's keep going on. Others frustrated that little has changed since Mr. Floyd was killed, say that sitting idly and watching a protest without participating nowadays is to show tacit support for racism. Okay, just because, I don't agree with you, that just automatically makes me a racist, okay? Because I can't hold my own morals and my own values that obviously probably aren't racist, considering I just try to be kind to everybody. Why can't you be that way? No, you have to demand that I abide to your edict. Yeah, okay. I ain't doing that. We don't need allies anymore, said Stephen Green, an investor and entrepreneur in Portland who is black. We need accomplices. In Rochester, New York, protesters have confronted people at outdoor restaurants, shaking dinner tables. Marchers in Washington also accosted people eating outside, urging everyone to raise their fist to show their allegiance to the movement. That's awful. You can't... That's fear. That's putting fear into people to get your way. You can't do that. You just can't do that. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep reading on, and then I'm gonna say, because it's almost like every single paragraph here on the New York Times is just, yeah, let's just keep downplaying this. It's them. It's they just need to show their allegiance, and then it'll be okay. But no, they shouldn't. The more personal tactics echo those being used against elected officials, with activists showing up not only outside mayors' offices but their homes as well. The apartment building where the mayor of Portland lives has been vandalized. Protesters lit fires outside, ignited fireworks, and broke into one of the businesses in the building on his birthday. In San Jose, California, demonstrators graffitied and egged the mayor's house and lit an American flag in front of it, according to the police. In Rochester, people have recently posted police officers' home addresses and information about their families, according to a police spokeswoman. Yeah, they're going nuts. In Portland, Jesse Burke, who is white and owns a coffee shop in the city, said the message of the movement was getting lost as the protests escalate and target ordinary residents in their homes. Everyone was looking for solutions at first, but now it's just a nightly fight that has gotten progressively more violent, and every neighborhood worries that the fight will come to their neighborhood. Mr. Burke said, "It's wake up, you need to be in the street protesting if you stand for this." But they don't want to do that. They just want to live peacefully in their homes. Go to work, make some money, be able to provide for their family, crack open a beer and relax. That's pretty much what most people just want. It's just to have something normal, something easy, something comfortable. And this is not comfortable. This will only bring them to hate you. That's all it is. It only bring them to hate you more and more. And, you know, this goes on with just more and more stuff. I mean, we've got all the books that telling them why looting is okay and anarchy is okay, and, you know, you got white fragility and all that crap. They don't plan on stopping. And we've got left-wing politicians calling for them to not stop. AOC is calling them out to be radicalized even more. And they're just going to start showing up even to more people's neighborhoods. Well, when they come for you, AOC, you won't be happy. I guarantee it. And on that note, I'm gonna head out. We got daily news coverage coming up in a few hours then. I'll see you later. Peace.